Alrighty, here we've got Rugrats, The Adventures in Gameland, or Adventures in Gameland rather. You can play on Xbox Series X, courtesy of Stripe here. I want to thank them very much for the opportunity. This game I've been looking forward to for quite some time, and glad I'm able to finally check this out and review this for you guys. So this was co-developed by Media Indie Exchange and Wallride, published by Mix Games, a part of Media Indie Exchange. This is a pretty fun and nostalgic game. So I'm gonna hit start game here. So you got you got a couple of different difficulties. I tried to play the game on baby, which is a normal difficulty, and found it a tad bit too difficult for me. So I went ahead and played through the game on newborn. So when you start the game up, you have the opportunity to play in the bedroom, the attic, the backyard, the sandbox, the kitchen, and the living room. So at these stages here, the living room is more like an end stage. You start out there, and then eventually you get to the screen, and you can go through the stages, but you eventually come back to the living room to go through the Reptar door and go through a stage there. So I'm going to start in the bedroom here. So you start the game up and pick a stage. You have to choose a baby, you can choose Tommy, you can choose Chucky, Phil, or Lil, each with their strengths and weaknesses. And with the jump and the lift there, you can play two-player cooperatively, which is kind of cool. So you can have the two-player jump in here. I'm going to play as Tommy at first. Somewhere in Dreamland. Alright, here we go. So here's the game. So what's cool about the game is you can play it zoomed out like this, or you can actually zoom in and play it a little bit. You can play full screen. It chops off a tad bit on both the top and bottom. Actually, quite a bit, actually, if you think about it. I prefer to play through zoomed down when I play this version of the game. Now, what's really cool about this is they've captured the essence of the cartoon very, very well. I've used the phrase, it plays and looks like an interactive cartoon with other games before, but this takes it to a whole new tier, in my opinion, because of how much it really looks like the 90s cartoon. It looks surprisingly at that level. It's just awesome. Now, what's cool about this game is that at any time you can switch from HD to 8-bit, and you get the NES version of the game. Yes, this game is on the NES, the original Nintendo, which is really cool. I think it was Limited Run Games that put out a limited run of a physical cartridge on NES. But you can play it here. You can play the NES version here at any point. Like, literally, you can be playing the game, like I can be jumping on Spike's head here, and I can go ahead and swap over to the HD version, and here it is, in all its HD, beautiful cartoon glory. And the animations in this game are just so good. It just captures the cartoon so well. Alright, so here's the dream sequence here for the bedroom. The backgrounds are just gorgeous. I love the backgrounds in an HD release. So much attention to detail. It's cartoony, it's whimsical. It really looks like a dream that a baby would have. It's awesome. It is so cool. At any point, you can go and swap it to a different baby. You can play as Chucky. You can play as Phil or Lil. I prefer playing as either Tommy, Chucky, or Lil. Lil because of her floatability, which is not unlike what you'd find with Peach in various games you can play as her in the Mario series. Or I like playing as Chucky because he's got that extra jump like Luigi would have in the in Mario 2 and other games where he's featured to have that extra height jump. And the animations are just amazing. I mean, I can't get over how amazing his animations are in these characters. If I zoom in here, I mean, it's just it's just so cool. I love it. I like their idle animations as well. So if I like stand here for a second, Chucky will start to tremble and act all nervous. You got Chucky who will suck his thumb. Or sorry, Chucky. Tommy will suck his thumb. And you got Phil. Phil pick his nose. Lil will pick her ear. I love that. So each stage has four Reptar coins to collect. You can collect 3 randomly throughout the level. Well, not randomly, but in various locations. And then the 4th one is collected by beating the end-stage boss. And you need, I believe it's 18 or 20 Reptar coins to get through the Reptar door. So there is a reason to collect these coins. I absolutely love this game. I mean, this game really does capture the nostalgic feel of the TV show very, very well. Surprisingly well. And I do occasionally find myself swapping between the 8-bit versions and the HD release. So I like the way the NES one looks, and it's kind of cool to see the differences. I mean, yeah, the backgrounds aren't as doesn't have as much going on because obviously it can't. But I do like how they attempted to make both ways of playing as identical as they possibly could. So your health bar is the bottle there in the upper left-hand corner. You also have the ability to pick up cookies, as you saw there. There's a cookie I could have picked up. The cookies act as an extra life. It will also instantly fill up your bottle health. What's interesting, what I wanted to mention here as well, as far as like the health goes, in at least newborn mode or newborn difficulty, if you deplete your bottle health and the baby ends up crying and you restart from the checkpoint, your bottle will instantly refill. So what you can essentially do is deplete all your bottles to regain your health and start the stage fresh without having to necessarily, go back to the title screen or find bottles to regain your health there, which I think is kind of cool. I'm pretty sure it's intentional, just a way of to say, hey, here's a bit of an easier way to play the game here for you. But oops. But this game is just so cool. The different enemies are awesome. It's tons of different enemy variety here for you. You got flying mouths, flying fish. You've got robotic dinosaur toys, robotic clowns, like clown toys. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to the 8-bit HD version because I just prefer that. But I just love the fact that you can swap between both HD and 8-bit versions of the game. And what's interesting here, which I thought was kind of a cool add-on here, is you can actually play with the HD or 8-bit audio if you wanted. So you can play the HD release with the 8-bit audio, or you can play the 8-bit version with the HD audio. That's kind of an interesting optional thing you can do. Kind of like that, actually. Kind of neat. One thing actually I just noticed is that with the coin collection, with the 8-bit version of the game, it shows you, if I actually go ahead and just swap over to 8-bit, it shows you that you have 4 coins, and it shows you what's missing, where the HD one does not show that. It just shows a blank space. So So if you're ever curious if you're missing a coin, you can always swap over, or you can just notice, hey, the third coin slot's missing. That's obviously which one I need to grab. Now it's cool as well when you have zoomed out. You can do a screen border, which is kind of cool. I like that. One thing I don't like about the game is the fact that the game forces you to take damage. You can see this here with this actually. So you got that metal guy up top, right? Chucky is the one that can jump the highest, and he can jump about as high as that enemy is at. Whereas if I pick Chucky, I guess sorry, Tommy, I guess he can too. So I guess they all can pretty much get up there. But what sucks is that you can't get through this without taking damage. You don't have a choice. You're gonna take damage, you're gonna be knocked down and respawn back on that platform. And I'll show you. See, you do. I mean, if I went ahead and I want to try to go back, see, you take damage no matter what. I don't think that was necessary. I think that they could have executed that a bit better. That's kind of lame, honestly. That's that, and this here too. I'm gonna have to find. I have Lil. Great. So Lil here is gonna take damage for the team because she's got the highest amount of health. And here's an instance again where you cannot not take damage here. And you have to get the screwdriver so you can get to the boss gate and open it up. So, yeah, I really don't care for that at all. I don't understand why that wasn't executed better, and I'm not sure if that's just because they wanted to capture that 90s what's that publisher, developer, LJN, I think is what it was. And I hate to go there, but I feel like that's what that was going for. That's okay. That aside, this game's pretty awesome. Another thing I want to mention is with the bosses, you can when you beat the boss and come back to collect the coins in that stage, what's cool is you don't have to go back and beat the boss. You just get the coin and the level ends, which I really appreciate. So there are aspects of the game that I really don't care for, which really is the only thing I don't care for is the fact that you take damage when you really shouldn't have to. Another thing that I've noticed, well, another thing I'll mention in just a second, is about achievements. What I like about this is the fact that with the HD release, you got the attention detail with all the animated characters and such you run into. And what's cool about this is that if you swap over to the 8-bit version, you've got the same character, right? Capture the character perfectly, but you got that subtle animation there, which is really cool. I like that. I like that attention to detail. I like the fact you also have the CRT filter there for the 8-bit version, which you can turn on or off. So the thing I want to mention about the achievements, the Xbox version of the game with achievements is completely broken. What do I mean by that? Well, they don't work. When you boot the game, what it does is it tells you that there is a network error, temporary outage, and the game might be offline. The store page indicates there are achievements for the Xbox version of the game. I have uninstalled the game. I have reinstalled the game. This is the only game that I have on my Xbox that has this problem. It's just the achievements are completely broken. They don't work, despite the fact the store page indicates that this game does have achievements. I have reached out to the publisher and developer. I have yet to get a response on this. I'm hoping it is something they are going to patch and fix, because I would really like to earn achievements for this game. I think it'd be a fun game to earn achievements for. So hopefully it gets patched and fixed soon, as this game just came out yesterday as I'm recording this video. So, so yeah, that aside, and the fact that you take damage when you really don't necessarily take damage, those things I really have a hard time with. But other than those things, I mean, this game's great. It scratches the nostalgic itch for Rugrats. It really kind of, I feel, opens the door to potentially having other games get released. I mean, could we see a brand new take on Rocko's Modern Life released back on the NES? Could we see a brand new Ren and Stimpy game? Could we see Angry Beavers, Iggy the Cat? There are just so many nostalgic cartoons that could really be awesome as HD re-releases and or NES demakes. I think it'd be really cool to see those. Could we see a Doug game? Wouldn't that be neat? So I'm hoping that this opens the door to more Nickelodeon IPs becoming games. I think it'd be really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and review here, guys. It's been a look at Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. A beautiful, nostalgic trip down memory lane that is a ton of fun to play, although can be a bit frustrating at times. I want to thank StridePR for the opportunity. I want to thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and as always, until next time, take care and happy gaming.